Visual. Photovoltaic panels are designed to maximize efficiency, absorb sunlight and convert it to electricity, which means they are designed to reflect as little light as possible. Usually it's around 2% of the light received. In fact, the glare from panels is significantly less than that from bodies of water. Where appropriate, planning approvals may include requirements for vegetation buffers to help minimize visual impacts. Biodiversity. The Large-Scale Solar Energy Guideline recommends solar farms be located in areas that minimize the need for clearing of native vegetation. Replanting is an option if clearing is unavoidable. Any EIS will examine the individual circumstances of a solar farm proposal and its effect on the surrounding environment, including potential impacts on native vegetation, habitat of threatened species, or ecological communities. Aboriginal cultural heritage. Any likely impact on cultural and archaeological objects, places, and heritage, that is, including Aboriginal objects and places, will be assessed through the planning process, and local Aboriginal community and relevant government agencies will be consulted if impacts are expected. Noise. Solar farms generally emit minimal noise. Potential sources of noise include inverters, transformers, and cooling fans used for temperature regulation. These are typically contained inside buildings in the middle of the development to reduce noise to the surrounding environment. Noise during the construction and operation of solar farms is assessed in the EIS and considered in the planning process. Emissions. Solar farms typically have a low carbon footprint. They don't emit pollution or produce emissions during plant operation, and they don't use fossil fuel resources. Large-scale projects usually have a life of around 25 years. Depending on the type of solar panel used, the energy payback will be between 2 and 3 years. The Nangan solar plant, for example, will supply approximately 231,000 megawatt-hours of electricity per year, avoiding some 218,000 tonnage of greenhouse gas emission, that is carbon dioxide equivalent, annually. Decommissioning. Solar farms usually last around 25 to 30 years. If a site is to be decommissioned, it must be returned to its pre-existing condition. All infrastructure above and below ground is removed so agricultural activities or other land uses can resume. Community engagement. The assessment process requires the applicant of the project to engage in detailed consultation with affected landowners surrounding the development as well as the local community and council. The EIS must describe how this consultation was carried out, identify any issue raised, and explain how they can be addressed or how they have been addressed. Largely, community support for solar energy initiatives is positive. The New South Wales Government Community Attitudes to Renewable Energy Survey found overwhelming support for the use of renewable energy across the state, including 89% of respondents supporting the construction of solar farms in New South Wales. The Australian Renewable Energy Agencies also commissioned independent research in 2015, which shows strong support for solar farms and recommended best practice for community consultation guidelines. Community benefits. Solar farms offer a range of additional social and economic benefits while helping to meet New South Wales energy needs. Importantly, solar farms drive investment and growth in regional New South Wales, which can lead to, number one, employment opportunities during construction, including engagement of local contractors and materials and service providers. Number two, long-term local employment opportunities over the life of the project. Number three, improvements in local infrastructure. Number four, education and training of contractors and local residents. Number five, reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Number six, increase energy safety or security through a more diverse energy mix. And number seven, rent received by local landowners from the developer.